Hey, American rugby fans. I know we're all excited about the autumn internationals happening right now.
Yeah, tough to not be watching those matches.
It really is. But we got to shift our focus for a little bit and talk about a huge story.
Closer to home.
Exactly. Closer to home.
It's a good one, too. The kind of story that gets you thinking about the future.
The future of American rugby.
Exactly.
So we're talking Greg Peterson.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Our very own veteran lock.
For the USA Eagles.
He's about to hit a milestone.
A big one.
50 caps.
50 caps.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You just don't see that every day in a sport as tough as rugby is.
It's really a testament to his dedication.
Absolutely.
And his longevity, and just his overall commitment to American rugby.
Yeah. To be able to do it for so long.
Yeah. So we're going to take a deep dive into Peterson's journey.
From the very beginning.
From his early days in Australia.
All the way to becoming a cornerstone of the USA Eagles.
Exactly.
Love it.
And to help us on this deep dive, we have a fantastic article.
Oh, yeah. This is a great one.
From the Major League Rugby website.
Straight from the source.
It really gives us a personal look at Peterson's career.
They did a fantastic job with this one.
They really did. All right, so let's get into this. Peterson's story.
Let's go.
Begins in Sydney, Australia.
All right, so born and raised down under.
Born and raised. Played for the New South Wales Waratahs, even.
Wow. So he was already playing at a high level.
He was. But this is where it gets interesting.
All right, I'm ready.
He's eligible to play for the USA.
Through his parents.
Through his parents. And this is something, I think it's so cool about rugby, is how...
Global connections.
The global connections, how it can really open up opportunities for players.
Who have ties to multiple countries.
Yes.
And bring a whole new dynamic to a national team.
Absolutely. And that is certainly what happened in Peterson's case. This led to a really serendipitous meeting with the USA Eagles.
Had to have been fate.
Right. So he was visiting family in Chicago. And this is while his contract with Waratahs is coming to a close.
Oh, so kind of at a crossroads.
At a crossroads in his career. And guess what happens?
Right.
He bumps into the USA Eagles team manager.
No way.
In a pub.
Of course. Where else?
I mean, come on. This is rugby.
Only in rugby does that happen.
So what are the chances, right? Like,
I mean, what are the chances?
Yes,
It wasn't planned.
A chance meeting totally changed his career.
Right. I mean, just imagine you're...
Like having a beer.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, your entire rugby career changes.
Future USA Eagle right next to yes.
It really makes you wonder how many other players are out there.
Yeah.
Who just, they're just waiting for that right opportunity, that right connection.
To step onto the American rugby
scene. To step onto the scene. All right. So this meeting in the Chicago pub, it was kind of the spark.
The catalyst.
The catalyst that led to him joining the USA Eagles.
I love it.
So he finishes up with the Waratahs.
Hops on a plane.
Goes to Europe.
To join the Eagles for their November 2014 tour.
I love it.
And so he gets his first cap.
Special moment.
Oh, huge. And it was a cold night.
Oh, I bet.
In Bucharest.
Romania.
Yeah, playing against Romania for the Freedom Cup.
Oh, wow. What a debut.
Can you imagine those nerves?
Oh, I can only imagine. Stepping onto the field for the first time.
The excitement.
Representing a new country.
And he's out there with guys like Mike Petrie.
Oh, yeah.
And Todd Cluck.
Legends.
I mean, these are,
absolute legends of American
icons.
Yeah.
So speaking of, kind of a surreal experience,
yeah.
Peterson was playing professional rugby in Australia.
Right.
Didn't even earn a cap for their national team.
Wow.
And then he's on the other side of the world.
Debuting for the Eagles.
Debuting for the USA. I mean, talk about a turn of events.
That just speaks volumes about his character, his willingness to embrace those new challenges and really kind of...
forge his own path.
Yeah, carve his own path in rugby.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And since that debut, he hasn't looked back. He's been a constant for the Eagles.
A reliable force.
Yeah. And, for folks who may not be super familiar with rugby,
right.
The lock...
yeah.
is a tough position.
Oh, it's so demanding. Strength, endurance.
You got to be willing to put your body on the line.
Every single scrum.
Every scrum, every line out.
Every ruck and maul.
And he's done this, for so long.
While balancing family life, too.
While balancing family life. It's just...
that's commitment, not just to rugby, but to the Eagles as well.
Absolutely. And, it's been interesting to see how his role has kind of evolved over time.
How so?
In the beginning, he kind of described himself as a workman.
Okay.
Just putting his head down and getting the job done.
The quiet guy working hard.
Yeah, the quiet guy working hard. But there's so much more to him than just that. He's become a leader.
A mentor.
A mentor. He describes his role as being dad-like. to some of the younger guys.
Oh, wow. I love that. Dad-like.
And here's the thing. His nickname is Old Angry Greg.
Wait, Old Angry Greg, the dad.
I know, right? It's an interesting combination.
It is. I mean, it just shows the respect he has.
In the team.
In the team.
So he might be Old Angry Greg on the field, pushing everyone to their limits, but then off the field.
He's the supportive dad.
He's the supportive dad figure. And that mentorship is crucial.
Especially now.
Especially now. I mean, American rugby is
booming.
There's so much young talent.
Coming up through the ranks.
And they need veterans like Peterson.
To show them the ropes.
To instill that Old Angry Greg work ethic, the dedication.
I love it, that passing of the torch.
It is. And it's like he's saying, hey, this is how we do things in American rugby. We work hard, we never give up, and we represent this jersey with pride.
Chills. It's awesome.
And that brings us to a point in the article that really stood out to me.
Oh, yeah.
He talks about how the USA gave him a second chance in rugby.
That's interesting.
What do you think he means by that?
Well, I think it could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he felt overlooked in Australia or undervalued, and coming to the USA gave him that fresh start.
A platform to showcase his talent.
Exactly.
Yeah. And maybe it's about finding a place where your contributions are truly appreciated.
Where you feel that sense of belonging.
Where you feel like you belong.
Like he found a home with the Eagles.
Exactly. I think that resonates with a lot of people, the idea of second chances.
Absolutely. Finding a place where you can thrive. And his story really shows that it's possible.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it makes you think about the potential for growth, the opportunities within American rugby.
Yeah, and I think it's a reminder that American rugby can be a place for those seeking a new beginning.
To be a part of something.
To contribute to something bigger than themselves.
Absolutely. And his gratitude goes beyond the sport itself.
Oh, how so?
He talks about, you know, the USA Rugby program, the coaches, the staff, the players, everyone who's helped him along the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And, of course, his family.
His wife, Tess.
Yeah, he mentions, Tess, how she's been incredibly supportive throughout his career.
Through all the moves, all the time away from home.
And that's what it really comes down to, right?
Yeah.
50 caps. It's not just about Peterson.
It's about everyone who's been a part of that journey.
His teammates, his coaches, his family.
It's a shared achievement.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of support and dedication.
The kind of support that fuels success on and off the field.
So now as we look ahead to his 50th cap game.
This Saturday against Tonga.
Yeah. And, you know, Tonga always brings a physical challenge.
Always a tough opponent.
Always a tough opponent.
Yeah.
It's worth pausing for a moment and thinking about what this represents.
It's incredible to think about.
This moment, this achievement, this milestone.
What a career.
And, you know, it kind of begs the question, what's next for Peterson? Will he keep playing for the Eagles?
After hitting this milestone. Yeah.
Is this, you know, the perfect way to cap off his career?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. But, you know, regardless of what he decides, his legacy.
It's cemented.
It's cemented. It's going to continue to inspire the next generation
For sure.
of USA Eagles
100%.
and American rugby fans. So, as we continue on with this deep dive, you know, I want you to think about what does Greg Peterson's story tell us about the state of American rugby? How do veterans like him, you know, how do they inspire those coming up?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You know, these are all things we're going to unpack. And, of course, if you want more details
about Peterson's journey,
check out the Major League Rugby website.
Definitely worth a read.
Absolutely. And we'll be back with more.
You know, it's pretty wild to think that whole journey to 50 caps started with a chance meeting in a pub in Chicago.
Right. Like, who would have thought, right?
It just shows you how American rugby can, you know, embrace that talent.
From anywhere?
Yeah. From all over the world.
Absolutely. But this Saturday, Peterson's journey continues.
Tonga.
They are
force.
Oh, yeah. Known for their physicality.
Oh, yeah.
Their aggressive style of play.
Big hits.
It's going to be a battle.
Oh, absolutely. A clash of the Titans.
It is.
Yeah.
But, you know, Peterson has never been one to back down.
Never. He thrives on that challenge.
He really does.
Yeah.
And, you know, speaking of challenges, this 50 cap milestone.
Oh, it's huge.
It's not just a number, is it?
No, not at all.
It's a symbol.
Right here.
Dedication, resilience.
Love for the game.
A deep love for the game. And for American rugby fans.
Yeah.
It's a chance to really appreciate the kind of commitment it takes.
To reach this level.
To reach this level in such a demanding sport.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
50 caps.
It's a lot of games.
Means he's consistently performed.
The highest level.
Through injuries, setbacks.
And for a lock.
Oh, my God.
One of the toughest positions on the field.
Through the engine room of the team.
The engine room.
The unsung heroes, you know, putting their bodies on the line every single play.
Every scrum, every line out, every ruck and maul.
And Peterson's done that 50 times.
50 times. It's just incredible.
And, you know, you always see him with that old, angry Greg intensity.
Of course.
But it's not just anger.
Right. It's a passion.
Passion, channeling that energy into leadership.
Inspiring those around him.
Setting a standard.
Demanding excellence, but also, you know, providing support.
Yeah, that's what makes him such an effective leader.
Yeah, that balance is key.
It really is. And it makes you wonder if that nickname...
Old Angry Greg.
Old Angry Greg. This kind of a term of endearment, you know?
Yeah, a little bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, but it speaks to the impact he has on the team culture.
Right. He's not just a player.
Yeah.
He shapes the identity of the Eagles.
Absolutely. And with all this young talent coming up.
Oh, yeah, we've got some exciting prospects.
It's so crucial to have someone like Peterson to guide them.
To share that experience, to pass the torch.
It's about building that legacy of excellence, carrying American rugby forward.
Yeah. You know, we've talked a lot about the second chance quote.
Yeah, it's stuck with me too.
I think it speaks to a bigger theme of opportunity within American rugby.
Yeah, it's almost like he's saying American rugby is a place where you can rediscover your passion.
Where you can really make a difference.
Yeah, find a sense of belonging, purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Peterson, he found that with the USA Eagles.
A place to excel and leave a legacy.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about his leadership, his impact on the team, but let's dive into
some of the big moments.
Yeah, those defining moments in his career. You know,
the games that made him who he is today.
A career that spans 50 caps. Got to have some highlights in there.
Absolutely. And when I think about Peterson's career, one game immediately stands out.
Which one?
The victory against Scotland in 2018.
Ah, yes.
I mean, that was huge.
Historic.
Beating a Tier 1 nation like Scotland.
Sent shockwaves through the rugby world.
It was a statement.
American rugby had arrived.
Exactly. We can compete with the best.
And Peterson, he played a huge role in that game.
Massive. Tackles, disrupting their attack, inspiring his teammates.
Classic old Angry Greg performance.
It was all there.
Toughness, dedication, leadership.
And it wasn't just about the physicality.
Right.
He brought that tactical awareness, you know.
Helped guide the Eagles to victory.
It's amazing to think just a few years ago, we were celebrating our first ever win against a Tier 1 nation.
And now?
We're seeing consistent performances.
We're competing with the best.
And Peterson's been there every step of the way.
Through it all. It's, you know, it just shows how far American rugby has come.
And the potential we have.
To make a real impact on the world stage.
Yeah. And Peterson, you know, he embodies that progress.
Yeah.
He's been through the ups and downs,
the
challenges, the triumphs, always pushing himself and his teammates.
And that's what makes this 50th cap so special.
It's the culmination of all those efforts, all those battles.
A reminder that success doesn't happen overnight.
No, it's years of hard work, dedication.
A love for the game.
And that's a message for every aspiring American rugby player out there.
Yeah?
It shows them with the right mindset.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
And speaking of believing,
another
big moment for Peterson.
Okay, let's hear it.
The victory against Samoa.
Oh, wow.
Just a few months after that Scotland win.
That's incredible.
Samoa.
A powerhouse.
Known for their physicality.
Passionate style of play.
And Peterson, again, right at the heart of it all.
Leading from the front.
Inspiring the team.
It was another statement game.
Yeah, those two victories back to back.
Against Scotland and Samoa.
They weren't just about the results, were they?
No, they were about changing perceptions.
Showing the world that American rugby was a force to be reckoned with.
We're here to stay.
Exactly. And I think they ignited a sense of belief within the American rugby community
I can do this.
that we can compete at the highest level.
And that belief has only grown stronger.
Fueled by players like Peterson.
Absolutely. But, you know, sometimes it's not the big wins against the Tier 1 nations.
Right.
It's the battles against the familiar foes
the rival.
that reveal a team's character.
Yeah. And for the USA Eagles, one of those foes has been
Portugal.
They
always seem to push the Eagles to their limits.
Every single time.
Always a tough match.
And that recent win?
Right before Peterson's 50th cap game.
It was pretty satisfying, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Hard-fought victory.
Showed the Eagles' grit, their ability to overcome adversity.
And for Peterson, what a way to head into his Milestone game.
With a win and some momentum.
It was a reminder that he's still got it.
Yeah, that fire, that desire to win.
It's amazing.
He's not content with past achievements.
No.
He's always pushing for more.
Always striving to be better.
And that's what makes him a special player.
A leader.
Someone who inspires those around him.
And so, as we look back at these moments, these defining moments.
In Peterson's career, let's not just focus on the wins.
Really?
Let's appreciate the challenges.
The setbacks, the moments that tested him.
Because that's how he became the player he is today.
A leader, a symbol of American rugby's resilience.
And as he gets ready for his 50th cap,
yeah,
let's remember this is just one chapter
in the ongoing story.
American rugby.
A story filled with passion, grit, and a pursuit of excellence.
It's a story that's being written every single day.
Players like Peterson.
Who embody the spirit of our sport.
And as we look to the future,
yeah,
the best is yet to come for American rugby.
Those wins against Scotland and Samoa really did change things, didn't they?
Yeah, it was like a shift, you know?
Yeah.
Suddenly American rugby was on the map.
Not just the underdogs anymore.
Exactly. We were contenders.
Yeah, and it gave us permission to believe.
In ourselves, to dream bigger, you know?
And for those young players coming up,
yeah,
what a message.
Right. Like, hey, we can hang with the best in the world. Exactly. And those wins, you know, they weren't flukes.
No.
They were a result of
years of hard work.
Dedication.
Building the infrastructure.
Yeah, the coaches, the support staff.
The youth program.
It all came together.
And the players, of course.
The players, yeah, who are really pushing the limits.
Absolutely.
And Peterson's been there through it all.
Witnessing that evolution firsthand.
From that pub in Chicago.
To lead in the Eagles against the world's best.
What a journey.
It's like he embodies that evolution, you know?
Yeah, he's seen it all.
The highs and lows, the struggles, the triumphs.
And now he's a leader.
A symbol of what American rugby can be.
And that's what makes this 50th cap so special.
But it's more than just him.
It's about the journey of American rugby.
How far we've come, the potential we have.
Absolutely. But even with all that progress, there's still those teams, you know?
The rivals.
The rivals.
Who always seem to bring out the best in us.
Yeah, push us to our limits.
Test our mettle.
And for Peterson, I think one of those teams has always been...
Portugal.
Always
a tough opponent.
Oh, yeah.
Similar style of rugby, a lot of passion, physicality.
A lot of history there.
Some close matches.
Nail biters.
Yeah, down to the wire.
So when they faced Portugal right before Peterson's 50th cap game,
yeah,
there was definitely a feeling, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, you could feel
this was more than just a match.
This was a chance to prove something.
To make a statement.
And for Peterson, a chance to head into his big game with a win.
And they did it.
They pulled it off.
A hard-fought battle, but a victory nonetheless.
Gritty performance.
Showed their resilience.
Never giving up.
And Peterson, right in the thick of it.
Leading by example, making those tackles.
Crucial tackle.
Securing possession, inspiring his teammates.
Classic Peterson.
Tough, relentless, always putting the team first.
And as he gets ready for this 50th cap game, no doubt he'll bring that same energy.
That passion.
He's a warrior.
A true competitor.
Never backs down.
And for American rugby fans, what a privilege, right?
And to witness this journey.
His dedication to the sport.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Greg Peterson's career,
yeah,
what resonates with you?
That's a good question.
What stands out? Is it his commitment to the Eagles?
That willingness to embrace a second chance.
His pursuit of excellence.
Yeah.
On and off the field.
He really does embody the spirit of American rugby.
He's a role model, a leader.
A symbol of the potential we have.
So let's raise a glass.
To Greg Peterson.
A true American rugby legend, 50 caps and counting.
Cheers.
And as we look to the future, let's carry that spirit, that passion.
That dedication.
As we continue to grow this sport we all love.
Cheers to American rugby.
Cheers to American rugby. And thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.